What's up, everybody? Dog 1985. There's levels to this. All right, guys, check this out, man. Not trolling with you today, okay? Not trolling with you right now. This is some serious stuff, okay? I had my fun yesterday with the trolling and the day before yesterday. Whenever I dropped that video. Anyways, listen to me, okay? This Gran Turismo 7 thing is not just a Sony problem. This presents a huge problem for gamers as a whole. I hate the fear mongering thing, but I gotta admit to you when you're right. I do. I gotta admit it to you. And here's the deal: a lot of you speak about ownership, right? Now, I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I champion ownership because I'm a subscription service type of guy. Like I'm cool with subscription services for games, but I definitely respect you if you want to buy your games and own your games. And I understand that the reason you want to buy your games and own your game is so that you have access to your games whenever you damn well please. That to me makes sense. I can't argue that. So to you, it's beneficial to pay for the game so you could get to it whenever you get to it. You never have to worry about it leaving the service. It doesn't matter. You could trade it in. You could share with your friends. It doesn't matter. Like you want to be able to own the game. Maybe you just somebody that wants to be able to put it on a shelf and see it after you're done beating it. You collect. It doesn't matter. For whatever reason, you want to own it, and I respect that. Okay, I'm on your side because it's BS if you pay $70 so that you can own the game and you could play it whenever you want. And then for whatever reason, now you can't play that game. This is the only way that situation would have been fair. Let's say that for those 24 hours where you didn't have access to the game, they put $70 back in your bank account. Now that sounds fair because you didn't have access to the game, but they sure had access to your money. They sure still had access to your money. Am I lying? I'm not lying. But this is not just a Sony thing. This is something that could very easily happen on the Xbox Series X, on the Xbox Series S, happen on PC. Could very easily happen like that. Where you buy a game thinking that the game is yours, and then the single player component of the game you can't play because the game is offline. So then you really don't own the game. And I hear it. I hear a lot of people saying it's been like that for a while. But that's not the case because there are games that you can play the single player mode offline. There are games that still come out to this day that you can play the single player mode offline. So why do we need to be online to play the single player mode? And that's where I need your guys' help. Again, this is not a Sony against Xbox thing. This is a gamers thing. What do we do to try to solve this problem, if anything? Maybe it's too late. But if we can do something, what is it that we do? Maybe we demand that these companies put on the box of the game, or they advertise when you're trying to buy it digitally that hey, a disclosure saying hey, this game cannot be played offline, either single player or multiplayer. Or maybe they did. Did they do that with Gran Turismo 7? Somebody let me know if they did that. Because if they didn't, then that's really BS. But maybe they disclose it. Because then that way, you as someone that likes to own your games, you can actually look at this purchase and be like, okay, I understand I'm about to pay $70 for this game, but I understand that I'm paying for it, but I'm not really owning it because it's still dependent on them. It's still dependent on the server. And then this comes back full circle and helps me understand a little bit clearer why you fear the cloud. Because in reality, if you look at it that way, anything that you own on the cloud, it's almost like owning an NFT. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm 36 years old, so I don't fully understand how people are paying money for something that doesn't really exist. Like they own something digitally, but it's not like I don't fully understand it. But maybe that could be comparable to what Stadia is doing. Maybe these games are just NFTs up in the cloud or whatever. And whenever Stadia goes down, yeah, what does happen to those games? If it ever does go down, I'm not saying that it will, but if it ever does, what does happen to those games? Are you sure you're gonna have access to those games freaking indefinitely? I don't know. Maybe only the future will tell. Maybe these games will actually be saved more because they're on the cloud. I guess. I don't know. But all I know is what happened with Gran Turismo 7 cannot be allowed. And I applaud everyone that called them out. We know all the Xbox fans. We were out there freaking calling this out, calling this out. And to be honest with you, I felt like y'all could have been a little bit louder, Sony fans. But still, I saw some of y'all complain about it. But I feel like y'all could have been a little bit louder. I feel like if this was Microsoft that would have done something like this, it would have been all down. It would have been all downhill. But regardless, all I want to know is let's have this dialogue. Let's talk about this. How do we prevent this from becoming the norm, or how do we fix this? We can't fix games coming out broken. Like that's already a thing. We already lost that battle. We keep buying these games that need patches and all this other stuff. Like we already lost that battle. We lost the battle with microtransactions. We already lost that battle. But what about single player games not being able to be played unless they're offline? Let me know what you think. Am I tripping? Is there anything we can do? I don't know. Doc Dog 1985, there's levels to this. We out. Peace.